Hello, it's Monday morning and it's another gloriously sunny day today, and it's just about that time of day where it's got hot enough that I'm about to go inside. I'm a trifle damp from just being out in the sun and working quite hard, but you'll be pleased to see, look, I've covered up, I have a hat on, and I've been really careful this morning to stay out of what is being quite a fierce sunlight. So fierce sunlight, but the plants are loving it. The plants are delighted. Now obviously the plants haven't been able to tell me that they're delighted, but they have shown it in the way that they are growing. So yesterday and today, Mr. J and I have got masses and masses done here. Loads and loads of little jobs that needed doing, and we've kind of done them and then gone in and into the shade to cool down for a while and then done another one, and so it's been all good. Well, sort of. It's been all good apart from me being like little Miss Grumpy Pants. Yesterday, I didn't do any filming yesterday because I was like a bear with a sore head. I have no idea why, whether I just got too hot or not had enough to drink or a lack of sleep, I don't know. But anyway, today I'm smiley again, which is good because even I was getting fed up with me being so grouchy. One of the things we did yesterday was to move the maternity unit, the house that had the 2 Australorp girls and the 7 babies have been moved from this area outside the chicken field to inside the chicken field. We then spent probably 2 hours herding baby chickens back in because they just kept popping out through the netting inevitably. So Mr. J got chicken wire and has put that on a temporary basis on the inside of the netting to try and stop the babies coming through. What we hadn't realised was that at the far ends there, where the chicken wire has been for some time, the hedgehogs have pushed underneath it and made a little archway for themselves to be able to go in and out, which is brilliant. Except the chickens had found it, the baby chicks, and they were buzzing in and out as they liked, and so every time they came back out to this side, the mothers would be going absolutely bonkers trying to get to them on the inside. So it took us a while to get all of that sorted. As I said, I was in quite a grumpy mood, so I lost my temper and went inside and sat on social media chatting to friends on social media, answering some of your questions and comments, and after I'd done a bit of that I felt much better. Came back out and helped Mr. J finish the job. So the next job we did was to put some netting over the top of the greenhouse. I've done it just loosely enough that I can open the windows here and behind me to allow some more air flow through. But what it's done is it's brought the temperature down in here a little bit, and the plants are loving it. They are loving it. Everything is growing like mad. These are the Greek Gigantes beans, which yesterday were only about 3 inches high. Now they are more like 8 or 9, and these grow fast. So now they're happy. I'm going to get them hardened off outside and get them into the ground as quickly as possible. At the back here are some more pumpkins and squashes that I sowed last week. The cabbages look great. These pumpkins and squashes had 1 leaf yesterday morning, and today they've got 2 or 3. I'm stunned at the speed things are growing. The spaghetti squash are enormous. I'm so pleased. All of these are now ready to go outside. The runner beans are coming along. They're nearly ready, but not quite. And these are the little sweet corns, and I'm going to do this and show you that they are 1, 2, just coming up to my third finger there. And we'll have a look tomorrow morning and just see how much they've grown. the asparagus that has grown from seed. I'm really pleased with this. Look how well that's doing. So there's a tray full of it there. Very pleased. These are the tomatoes, which are supposed to be trailing. Not terribly convinced on their trailing abilities as yet. And if they are just tall tomatoes, I don't quite know what I'm going to do, but they're not showing signs of trailing. These smaller ones in between are, but that centre one definitely not. We'll keep an eye on it and see how it goes. Purple sprouting broccoli are more than ready to go out, so I need to create a cage for them and get those outside. And the leeks are also showing some signs of lack of nutrients, so I need to get those into the ground as quickly as I can as well, but obviously I'm going to wait until the cool of the evening to do that. Out in the orchard, Mr J and I have continued to spread the wood chippings. We're just about getting to the hedge now, which I'm really pleased with. And then late yesterday evening, the tree surgeon arrived with another load of chippings for us, which we can use to carry on spreading right across the orchard here, which I'm really pleased about. We won't be doing it in the heat today, but we will start again early evening. The other thing that he's told me is that he has a massive trailer, one of his larger trailer loads, full of oak chippings for me. He says this is an evergreen oak. He said they're quite rare, but anyway, he's going to give that to us, and I have decided I'm going to make some bays just outside Big White's chicken run to store that in. So once he's dumped it here, we'll take it across there and store it there, ready for the autumn and the winter, because the chicken runs become very muddy, very boggy in the winter, and to have wood chips nearby that we can use, that have been assigned for that use, would be brilliant. And also oak being a hardwood will take much longer to rot down, so I think would be ideal in the base of the chicken runs, just to stop them running around in mud, and a good thick layer of wood chips in there will certainly help. It seems funny to be thinking about autumn and winter when it's so glorious, but you know, the reality is it comes around quite quickly, and the more we can do to be prepared, the better. I've continued to replenish the wood chips on the pathways around the beds. And here, right at the back of the pumpkin patch, we have been replacing the wood chips on the floor here, because I lifted these wood chips that had broken down quite well and put them into the raised bed for the raspberries, so we needed to replenish it. Nice big pile of them there waiting for me to spread them out. You know, the whole garden is starting to really feel like it's coming together this year. So year 3, it's beginning to feel like it's coming together. Hopefully by year 10 it will feel like it's coming together, and then I'm just developing it, as opposed to frantically trying to shape it how I want it. Now I know I'm not going to shape nature, but there is a level of shaping the garden in terms of putting down pathways, or planting trees and getting in raised beds where I want them. So there's some sort of effectively hard landscaping. Obviously it's not terribly hard, but that hard landscaping jobs are then done, and it's a case of developing the plants and my growing methods, and you know, and the chances are that by the time we got to year 10 I will have totally changed my mind about what I want to do. Because that's the nature of gardening and learning new things, and you know, the bit that I really like is that it's an ever-evolving process. This morning Mr J and I have put a water butt just by the gate near to the water stand, and I filled it with water and with stinging nettles and the couple of bits of comfrey that I haven't already used as a mulch. Put the lid back on, keep it safe, and I'm going to be using this as a nettle tea for a fertilizer for the plants in the garden. But I just thought, if we put the nettles in here and filled it up with water, there's a tap on it that will allow me to easily access it, so I can just fill up a watering can with some of the nettle tea, top it up with water, and then go and feed the plants that could do with a boost. Now I realise this is going to get pretty stinky, and we are going to need to empty it out occasionally, but that's okay. We're not too far from a compost bin there, just over my shoulder here, so we can take the sludge from this, tip it out, give it a good swill, pour that onto the compost heap as well. It'll add nutrients into the compost heap, and then we can start again. And to stop this from falling over, we've wired it onto the fence, so when we want to move it, well, we just undo one of the loops of the wire, and then we'll be able to access it. I'm very pleased to have got this done. If this was a really silly idea to put it in a water butt, please leave a comment below and let me know. Other gardening peeps will know whether this was just a mad idea or whether it was a moment of genius. I'm hoping it was the latter. Well, that's it for me today. I'm heading inside to get out of the sun during the heat of the day, and we'll come back outside and continue later on. And so, wherever you are in the world and whatever you've got planned for today, I hope it's a good one, and I also hope you'll join me again tomorrow.